clear about those topics. So I'll be moving on today for the next topic, that is extension of instrument ranges. Okay, that covers CO3. Okay, CO3 will be coming under that unit. Okay, that is extension of instrument ranges. So as you all know, you have already studied of extending the ranges of the instruments, right? Do you remember what are the things we have used for extension of the instrument ranges?
Shunts and multipliers.
Yeah, we have used a device called as shunts and multipliers for the extension of the instruments. Okay, so already we have studied. Then why do we need to study again about the instrument transformers? What is the difference between those? Already we have used shunts and multipliers for extending the range of instruments, right? So what is the other need of using this instrument transformers? Now we are going to use another instrument called as instrument transformer. Okay, for extending the ranges. Why should we shift over from shunts and multipliers to instrument transformers? We have already studied about extension, right? Using shunts and multipliers only, we could have done that extension of the instrument ranges. Why should we use this instrument transformers for extending the range further? There should be some limitations, right? There should be some limitations with shunts and multipliers which cannot be used. Before shifting on to some other instrument, there should be some limitations. So can you first tell me what are the advantages of shunts and multipliers? Can you first tell me what is the advantages of shunts and multipliers? Anybody? What are the advantages of shunts and multipliers? What you have used? Yes. Can anybody answer? We have used shunts and multipliers. Why did you use shunts and multipliers? Why have you people used shunts and multipliers? Just give me a minute. I'll connect the charger to my laptop. Yes, tell me. What are the advantages of shunts and multipliers? Why did you use shunts and multipliers along with the meters? Answer. Can you hear me? You're able to hear me, right? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
To extend the range.
To extend the ranges of the instrument. That was the advantage, right? Instead of using different instruments for measuring different ranges, we used shunts and multipliers and we extended the range of the existing instrument, right? That is the advantages of shunts and multipliers. Then what are the disadvantages? There should be some limitations with shunts and multipliers because we are going on for the other instruments now. We are moving on to instrument transformers. We are going to study about instrument transformers. That is one of the method of extending the range of the instruments. Why should we shift over from shunts and multipliers to instrument transformers? There should be some limitations. Can you just list out some limitations? Yeah, tell me. I want the answers from your side. Yeah. Is anybody? Chandramohan, Gokul Krishnan, where are you people today?
Can't measure accurately.
Can't measure accurately. Yes, good. Accuracy is not like it's not so accurate. The readings obtained from using the shunts and multipliers is not so accurate. That is one of the thing. Good. Then, then what else? Yes, girls. Anybody? ಈಗ ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಶೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ವಾ? ಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ವಪ್ಪ? Yes or no? You didn't study that? Limitations and advantages of shunts? Okay, so I'll only tell you. Okay, see, listen. So these shunts and multipliers are limited to like they are limited for extension of certain ranges. It cannot be extended for higher ranges. Up to few hundred milliamps like that, you can extend up using this shunts and multipliers. Okay, and it is restricted. You cannot measure higher values using this shunts and multipliers only. You cannot extend the range of the given instruments to measure higher instruments. Either it might be a current or voltage. So there are some limitations. You can measure up to certain levels using this shunts and multipliers. For further measurement of this further measurement ranges, higher ranges of the currents and the voltages can't be measured using the shunts and multipliers. So what we are going to do is for measuring the higher ranges of currents and voltages, we have to use instrument transformers. That is one of the limitations of this shunts and multipliers. The limitations, that is, it is restricted to measure only certain values. Okay, and one of the thing what Sukrut said is like accuracy. You cannot obtain accurate readings using this shunts and multiplications. That is one of the major disadvantages of this. Okay, and also the power consumption of this multipliers. The power consumption consumed by these multipliers will be very high as the voltage range whatever is used to measure. If it increases, the power consumption also will increase in case of using this multipliers. Okay, that is one of the thing. And insulation, the problem of insulation comes like when we connect a shunt and the meter, like when you connect the shunt in parallel with this meter, what happened, we have to insulate all the elements, right? Whatever equipments you're going to use, you have to insulate. While insulating, that is by separating the shunts and this meter movement and insulating them, that becomes very difficult task. Insulation is one of the problem in case of using the shunts and multipliers. Okay, the major disadvantages are that it cannot be used to measure higher ranges of currents and voltages. That is, it is restricted to measure only a few hundred amperes of current. Okay, then the power consumption will become higher as the ranges of the instrument exceeds. Okay, then the third disadvantage is that problem of insulation comes here. Okay, insulation problem exists here in case of the shunts and multipliers. So these are some of the disadvantages. So in order to overcome all these disadvantages, so now further, if you want to extend the range of the instrument, what we should do, we can't keep on buying a new equipment for measuring higher and higher ranges. Okay, so we have to restrict the size of the equipment, also all the things. Like once the size increases, the cost automatically increase because the coil size will increase and the elements whatever is used, everything will increase, which in turn results in the high cost. So we have to look into all those things, and considering all those things, we have to design the instrument. So in order to extend the range of the instruments for higher ranges, we are going to use one more instrument called as instrument transformers. Okay, what is that? Instrument transformers. So the transformer which is used for measuring purpose or for extending the range of the instruments for higher ranges, is termed as instrument transformers. There are two types of instrument transformers, okay, which we are going to study today. That is, one is current transformer and one is what? CT, current transformers and potential transformers. So the instrument transformer which is used to measure current, it is termed as current transformer. Okay, the instrument which will be used for measuring the current is termed as current transformer, and the instrument which is used to measure the voltage of higher ranges is termed as potential transformer. Okay, there are two types, current transformers and potential transformers. So let us study about those instruments today. Okay, coming to this instruments, like advantages of instruments. So as you all know, I mentioned the disadvantages of these instruments. Can you see the screen?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'll share it. One second. Okay, so now is it visible screen? You can see, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. So as I mentioned, some of the disadvantages of these shunts and multipliers. So in order to overcome those, so the limitations of these shunts and multipliers will become the advantages of this instrument transformers. So as I told you, using this instrument transformers, the insulation problems can be eliminated. Okay, insulation problem does not exist in case of this CTs and PTs. Okay, and one more disadvantage of the shunt and multiplier is the power consumption. As the range increases, the power consumption of the instrument also increases. So that is going to be eliminated. So the power consumption is reduced in case of this. So these type of instruments have lower power consumption. Okay, that is one of the advantage of instrument transformer. So why we should go to instrument transformer? So you should know what are the advantages, why we are using this. Okay, then these instrument transformers, like power consumption is one of the thing, and insulation problems are eliminated in these cases, and these instrument transformers can be used to measure very high voltage and current ranges. Okay, so these are some of the advantages of this instruments. Okay, so these instruments will be standardized to certain values. So when I take current transformers, there are some values. One second, I'll show you. So whatever shunts and multipliers we did in the last class, like in the last CO, that will come into this CO. Actually, as syllabus alira prakara, ee CO dal barate nimge exam allo ashte shunts and multipliers questions will be covered under CO3, not CO2. Okay, but notes alli nimge aa chapter ide adu. Don't get confused. Okay, that questions will be asked along with this CO, this unit. Exam alagli idralli adike test allo CO3 antane mention ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು, if you have observed. So whatever questions, that arsenal meter, multi-range voltmeters, potential divider arrangement, all those things will come under this chapter. Okay, the questions are relevant to this unit will be asked. So these things you have already studied, shunts and multiplier designs of those things. So I'm not showing those things again. Directly I'll come to the instrument transformers. So you can see some of the advantages of instrument transformers are mentioned here. Okay, over shunts and multipliers. As I told you, they do not depend. See, these instrument transformers, whereas in shunts and multipliers, depending upon the constants, we need to extend the ranges, right? So here, this instrument transformer is not dependent on any of the constants like RLC, any constants like extension of any of the ranges. So it doesn't depend. It is individual. It doesn't depend upon any of the constants. So whatever meter movement or anything, whatever internal resistance, those things and all that, the shunts and multiplier was dependent on those things. But here it is not dependent on any of the constant parameters. Okay, here you can see, usually when we say current transformer and voltage transformers, these transformers are usually designed for standardized values. Okay, they're standardized at certain values. So current transformers, usually it has been standardized to the value of 5 ampere of the secondary winding current. Always the secondary winding current transformer current of the CT will be always be standardized at a value of 5 amperes. Okay, current transformer ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಈಗ primary and secondary windings ಎರಡು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಪ್ಪ. So always this in case of CTs, the secondary winding current will be standardized at a value of 5 amperes. Okay, whereas in case of PTs, it will be standardized to the value of 110 volts. I'm talking only about the secondary winding current and voltage. Okay, primary might be anything, but usually these CTs and PTs will be designed in such a way that they will be standardized to certain values. That is, usually CTs will be standardized to the value of 5 amps, and PTs will be standardized to the value of 110 volts of the secondary winding voltage. So now if I consider a 5 amp CT, if I say current transformer of 5 amp CT, so this 5 amp CT, whatever is standardized, this can be utilized, like this can be extended to measure up to 1000 ampere using a 1000 bar 5 ampere ratio CT. You can see here. Can you see this line? The cursor where I'm marking. Is it visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So whenever we consider CT of 5 amperes, which is standardized at 5 amperes on its secondary winding. So when I say that this 5 ampere CT can measure up to 1000 amperes using a 1000 bar 5 ampere ratio CT. If you consider or if you purchase a CT of 1000 bar 5 amperes, the secondary winding current is standardized at 5 amperes. This 5 amperes means small range CT can measure up to, which can be used for measuring up to 1000 amperes. Okay, so if you purchase a 1000 bar 5 ampere CT. Similarly, when I say voltmeter, voltage, PT, potential transformer, when I say no, as I told you, it is standardized at 110 volts on its secondary side. So if you say purchase a 110 volts CT, the ratio of 1000, that is 11 kV by sorry, 110 kV by 11 volts, sorry, 110 volts ratios PT is used. If you take this, purchase this CT, so using this small range, that is 110 volts PT, you can measure up to 110 kV this thing, voltage. Okay, that is, so in case of shunts and multipliers, what happened, it was restricted only to measure certain amperes of the currents or voltages. Now we are measuring up to amps, okay, 1000 amps, and it was restricted only for few hundred amperes, whereas shunts, when you consider voltage, it was restricted only up to few millivolts or some range of the smaller ranges of the voltages. But using the CTs and PTs, we can measure a very high range of voltage as well as current. Are you getting my point? So that is what is the advantages of this CTs and PTs, that is instrument transformers over shunts and multipliers. Okay, so you can see same thing is being repeated here. So since the secondary winding of CT and PTs are standardized, it is possible to standardize the instruments around these ratings, and replacement of transformer is very easy because we know the standardized values as it is fixed. So it is very easy to replace a transformer under some fault conditions or any other conditions. Okay, as I told you, limitation of the CT and PT was high power consumption. As the ranges increases, the power consumption also was increasing. But whereas in case of CTs and PTs, whatever might be the range, as it is already fixed to measure a very high ranges, it can measure higher ranges without more power consumption. Like with less power consumption only, it can measure higher ranges. Okay. That is, I told you, one of the other problem is insulation and isolation. So it is very easy in case of CTs and PTs. The insulation part is very easy in case of CT and PT. So this is the advantages and disadvantages of instrument transformers over shunts and multipliers. Sometimes this is also one of the repeated question. They will usually we ask like what are the limitations or what are the advantages of instrument transformers over shunts and multipliers, or mention the disadvantages of shunts and multipliers. You should be knowing these things. You have any doubt? Is it clear the difference between CTs and PTs as well as this shunts and multipliers? 1 second, some people are waiting. I'll admit that. Yes, any doubt in this part?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So now let us study in the detail about the current transformer working as well as the potential transformer, how it will be working. Okay. So current transformer, what is current transformer? The transformer which is used to extend the range of the AC ammeters. Okay. The transformer which is used for extending the range of the ammeters is known as current transformer. Okay. So you can show the, you can see the diagram here. Current transformer is usually represented, the circuit of the current transformer is usually represented in this way. So using a smaller range of the ammeter, how it can measure higher range. So we have designed here, this is the circuit of the current transformer. So the ammeter of smaller range is connected here, and the current which has to be measured will be connected to the primary winding. Okay. So you can see, once again, please kindly observe this part, the winding part. Okay, in case of CTs, the primary winding will be having very small, few number of turns, whereas compared to the secondary winding. So the number of turns in the primary winding is smaller compared to the secondary winding. In case of CTs, please concentrate on this diagram. Mistake ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಬರೀತೀರಾ CT PTಗೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಓಕೆನಾ? CTs ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ it will be having very few number of turns, whereas in case of secondary winding the number of turns should be more than whatever is there on this primary winding. Okay, so here the construction part is explained. So the primary winding has only few turns and it is connected in series with the load circuit. Okay, the load will be connected in series with the primary winding, in which current IP flows, that is the primary current which has to be measured, that is the higher range of the current will be connected in the primary winding. Okay, ammeter ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ, smaller range ammeter 5 ampere ammeter ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ CT ammeter, ಅದು secondary winding ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. Okay, primary current, higher range of current, what has to be measured? As I told you, 1000 bar 5 amperes andre primary current is 1000, whereas secondary is 5 amperes. So 1000 ampere current is the higher range. So that will be connected on the primary side, which has to be measured, will be connected to the primary side, whereas the smaller range of the ammeter, that is a 5 amps ammeter, will be connected in the secondary winding. Okay, so along with the primary winding, in series with that, a load circuit will be connected, through which this current, whatever is going to be measured, the higher range of current has to be measured, will be flowing. Okay, this is what is the, and the ammeter of smaller range is connected in parallel with the secondary winding. So this is the construction of the CT. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೆಸರ್ ಕಂಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ CT. Okay, so the primary current which has to be measured, primary current means higher range of current which has to be measured, will be connected in the primary winding, whereas the smaller range ammeter will be connected in the secondary winding. So this is about the construction of the current transformer. Okay, this smaller range ammeter will be now extended to measure the higher range of the current which is flowing to the load circuit. Okay, so here it is being denoted. So what are the turns that is, NS means secondary winding turns, and NP means, it's not mentioned here, the turns, number of turns wound on the primary winding and the secondary winding. NP means primary winding turns. You have to mention here actually, ಇಲ್ಲಿ NP NS ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಈ circuit ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, we're going to study about the turns ratio. As you all know, turns ratio you have studied in the first year. Do you remember transformer chapter? Turns ratio, N. Small n, it will be denoted by small letter n, which is the ratio of number of turns on the primary winding divided by number of turns in the number of turns in the secondary winding by the number of turns in the primary winding. NS by NP. NP diya? Basics transformers. Turns ratio is given by number of turns in the secondary winding by number of turns in the primary winding. So that is denoted by small letter n, turns ratio. And IP is the current. This also you know. N is equal to what? Other thing, the equation, EMF equation, while deriving the EMF equation of the transformer, N is given by what? IP by IS, IS by IP na? I2 by I1 na? I1 by I2 na? Current.
I1 by I2.
I1 by?
I2.
I2. Current is I1 by I2, whereas turns is N2 by N1. Whereas voltage also is what? V2 by?
V2 by V1.
V2 by V1. Only the current is I1 by I2, that is primary by secondary. Others and all, it is secondary by primary. Hope you know that. It's clear, right? You know that. So that is what is mentioned here. So this is the construction of, so see, listen here, actually there is a derivation for this current transformer and potential transformer, but that you are not going to study here. Again, you have transformer and induction machine thing in your fourth sem. There you are going to study in detail about the derivation part as well as the phasor diagram and all those things. Okay, so just here, learn about the constructional features of the current transformers as well as the potential transformers. Okay, we are going to just study about the constructional features. Okay. We are not going to study about the design and all those things. We are going to just study about the constructional feature. Design, like what are the number of terms that has to be considered. Those things you are going to study, but not about the derivation of the equations for CT and PT. So this is the constructional features of CT. Coming to the construction features of potential transformer. So as I said, the current transformer which was used to measure the range of the current, AC current ammeter. Okay, which is used to extend the range of the AC ammeter is termed as current transformer. Whereas the potential transformer, it is the transformer which is used to extend the range of the AC voltmeter. Okay, it is known as the transformer which is used to extend the range of the voltmeters. It is termed as potential transformer. Whereas the transformer which is used to extend the range of the AC ammeter, that is termed as current transformers. Okay, so that is a difference. So please look into the circuit. So this is the generalized circuit for the potential transformer to represent the potential transformer. Here it is reverse. If you observe clearly, you can please see this. Okay, and the number of turns on the primary winding is more compared to the secondary winding. That's why I told you to clearly observe this circuit. Okay, exam ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಬರೆದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. while writing. Most of your seniors have done that mistake even after saying many times. You should clearly know the number of turns in case of CTs and PTs, because while solving the problems, also while writing that equation, you should know. Okay. What you have to take ಅಂತ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಬೈ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿನ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಬೈ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿನ ಅಂತ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯೂಟ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ clearly. So the number of turns in case of your potential transformer is more in case of primary winding compared to the secondary in case of PT. Whereas in CT, turns on the primary winding was lesser compared to secondary winding. So it's written here, primary winding has large number of turns, that is NP. And it is connected across the supply. The supply voltage will be connected here. That is, which has to be measured will be connected here. Okay, the range which has to be extended, that will be connected in the primary only. There is no difference in that part. Whatever range that has to be extended, that will be, because higher ranges are on the primary side. Secondary side will be having smaller range. So primary winding will be connected, supply will be connected across the primary winding, whereas the voltmeter, okay, whose range has to be extended, that voltmeter will be connected in parallel with the secondary winding. Okay, the number of turns in secondary is lesser compared to primary winding. It's been explained here. And the load is connected here across this. Okay, there the load was in series with the primary winding. Please observe this carefully. So here the load will be connected here across this secondary part. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here VP is given by what? So as I told you, N is equal to, it is what? VP by, that is primary windings. Here, please look into this also clearly. Number of turns, ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು, N is equal to, in case of primary CT, it was NS by NP. Here in case of PT, it is NP by NS. ಇದನ್ನ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. If you go wrong in this problem, complete ತಪ್ಪಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. You have problems in this chapter, please kindly observe this. So here it was NS by NP because the number of turns on the secondary was more compared to primary. Here, as the number of turns in the primary is more compared to secondary, N is equal to, it will be NP by NS. ಇದನ್ನ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಪಿಟಿ. ಸಿಟಿಲಿ NS by NP secondary by primary ಬರುತ್ತೆ, PTಲಿ NP by NS ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Please observe that clearly. As I told you, N is equal to, it's also, as we are dealing with PT now, we are not considering current. Here the voltage, N is equal to, it is what? It is same, even by E2. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, N is equal to V2, primary by secondary. ಇದೆರಡೂ ಕ್ಲೀನಾಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, please note down this turns ratio in case of CT. CT ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. The turns ratio in CT is equal to, is given by small n is equal to NS by NP. ಇದನ್ನ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ. Everybody please note down this. Write CT as the heading. Note down that what are the equations that exist in case of CT. CT li turns ratio small n is given by NS by NP ಅಂತ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. And IP is equal to N into IS ಅದನ್ನು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿಪ್ಪ. ಯಾರು ಇಷ್ಟು ಲೇಟಾಗಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು? ಹಾಫ್ ಅನ್ ಅವರ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು. ಸೊ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ 12:30 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. I watched the class from inside also. So from up to 11:30, 11:45, I'll continue this class. Hope everybody have had your breakfast. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೇಟ್ 10 o'clockಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲ್ಯಾಬು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ. ನೀವು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ? ರಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು ಎಕ್ಸಿಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತಾನೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಮೀನ್ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ನಂದು ಕನೆಕ್ಷನ್
Yes,
ಲಾಸ್
ma'am.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾ ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ PT also, please note down that equation. In case of PT, N will be equal to NP by NS. It's not NS by NP. It is NP by NS in case of PT. Please note down these two equations also. Vp is equal to N into Vs. Write this and write turns ratio N is equal to NP by NS in case of PT. Finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So before going into the construction, design and constructional features in detail of CT and TT, you should know certain terminologies, like certain definitions you should know with respect to the instrument transformers. So let us know what all these things, okay? Transformation ratio. Have you heard about transformation ratio? Have you heard? ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಪ್ಪ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ನೋ, ಯು ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿಡ್? ಸೇ ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ.
ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರ್ತೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ.
ಓಕೆ. ಕೆ ಅಂತ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಕೆ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತ EMF ಇಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬರೆದಾಗ ಬರಿತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ನೀವು, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ. Okay. So in that case, so what is this transformation ratio with respect to instrument transformer? So this transformation ratio, it is defined as the ratio of magnitude of the primary phasor current to the secondary phasor. It is defined as the ratio of the magnitude of the primary phasor to the magnitude of the secondary phasor. That is, whatever you're going to measure, okay, whatever value you're going to measure, the magnitude of that particular thing. So when we deal with AC, as you all know, you will get both magnitude as well as phase angle, right? Both the things will exist when we deal with AC circuits or AC meters or anything. So both, when you measure, you're going to get both magnitude as well as phase angle. So what happens? The ratio of this magnitude of the primary phasor current to the magnitude of the secondary phasor will give you transformation ratio. Transformation ratio is denoted by capital letter R. Okay, it should be denoted by capital letter R. So it is the ratio of primary phasor to the secondary magnitude. You have to specify this word magnitude properly. Whatever measurement you're going to do. Now when using this CT, when you measure, suppose you will get something around, you'll get 200 at an angle minus 90 degree amps, like to get a current of that rate. Okay, 200 at an angle minus 90 degree amperes, you'll get a value like that. So magnitude of the current you have to take. So what is the magnitude in that case? 200 at an angle minus 90 degree ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ current ನೀವು measure ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, value of the current. What is the magnitude in that case?
200.
200 is the magnitude. So 200, the magnitude of the primary phasor to the magnitude of the secondary phasor, it gives you the ratio of that, gives you the transformation ratio R. So in case of CT, R is given as the, in case of CT, R is given as magnitude of the primary winding current to the magnitude of the secondary winding current. In case of CT, transformation ratio R is given as magnitude of primary winding current to the magnitude of the secondary winding current, that is IP by IS. Whereas in case of PT, it is magnitude of the primary winding voltage by secondary winding voltage. Are you getting my point? CT endaga you consider current. Ratio of the magnitude of the primary winding current to the magnitude of the secondary winding current gives you transformation ratio in case of CT. Whereas in case of PT, magnitude of the primary winding voltage to the magnitude of the secondary winding voltage gives you the transformation ratio in case of PT. Okay, transformation ratio gottaita definition now.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is transformation ratio. That is one of the term. The next one is nominal ratio. Nominal ratio. It is denoted by the letter K suffix N. Okay, Kn. Nominal ratio is defined as the ratio of the rated primary winding current to the rated secondary winding current. So here, see, please kindly understand the definition clearly. Transformation ratio andre enagtittu, it was the magnitude. Whatever measurement you're going to do, in that case you're going to consider only the magnitude of the primary winding current by the secondary winding current, whereas here it is defined as the ratio of the rated primary winding current or voltage to the rated secondary winding current or voltage. Rated andre eno? Rated values. Rated value andre enu gotta? Yes, any idea about rated value? What, pa? Somebody told, I didn't get it. Yes, what do you mean by rated?
Ma'am, up to that value, there is no damage to the device, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Up to that value, there is no damage to the device. Okay, good. So rated, ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಚಾರ್ಜಸ್ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ? ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ, 5 amps ಅಂತ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದಿ ಚಾರ್ಜರ್, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದಿ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್? ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ 5 amps. ಓಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟರ್ ತಗೋತೀರಾ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವೋಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ದು, 12 volts ಅಡಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಅಲ್ವಪ್ಪ. 12 volts, 5 volts ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿ, ಈ ತರ ಅಡಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. 5 volts is the rated value of that instrument. Are you getting? ಇವಾಗ you purchase an adapter. He says that the value of this adapter is 12 volts, 5 amps adapter ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. You will ask for a 12 volts adapter. 12 volts is what? It's the rated value of that instrument. It is the rated value of the ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್. ಈ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಾವು ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ನ ತಗೋತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ಮೆಷರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಲೀವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ phase angle part, we are going to take the magnitude ratio. That gives you transformation ratio. Whereas nominal ratio andaga, it is the ratio of rated primary winding current to the secondary rated secondary winding current or voltage. Are you getting? Rated value ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? So 12 volts 5 amps ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 amps is the rated current of that particular device. He will be specifying ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾನೆ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್, ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಷರ್, ಆರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ಮೆಷರ್ ಅಪ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ. ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದಿ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ. ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್? ಸೊ 5 amps ಅಂದ್ರೆ 5 amps ವರೆಗೂ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯೂಟಿಲೈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿವೈಸ್. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಷರ್ ಹೈಯರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು 12 volts ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಬೈ 5 amps ಅಂತ. ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವುದೋ ಬೇರೆ ಸಾಕೆಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಮೈಕ್ರೋವೇವ್ ಓವನ್, ಐರನ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು 10 amps ಇರೋದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ವಾಂಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಬರೋದು, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಸಾಕೆಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ರೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇರೋದು, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದು ಆ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So if you connect higher ranges, it will not work properly. So some specified values, rated values will be mentioned on that instrument, according to which you have to install. So ಈಗ ನಾನು CT ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ 1000/5 amps CT ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. So 5000/5 amps is the rated ampere, rated current of that particular CT. 5 amps ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಅದ್ರ rated value. That is what is the rated value. Is it clear? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ rated value ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶೋ ಯು ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ 8 amps ಅಂತ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಬರ್ದಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅಪ್ ಟು 8 amps ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೆಷರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ 8 amps ವರೆಗೂ ಒಪ್ಪೋಸ್. 8 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 ವರೆಗೂ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು. 7.8, 7.9ಗೆ ನಿಲ್ಸ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಬೌವ್ ದಿ ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್. Okay, so the ratio of, so it is defined as the ratio of rated primary winding current to the secondary winding current. Yavado nominal ratio. Whereas transformation ratio togondre, it is the magnitude of the primary and secondary winding currents. Whereas in case of nominal ratio, it is the rated primary winding current to the rated secondary winding current. Okay, next is turns ratio. What do you mean by turns ratio? ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ತೋರಿಸಿರೋದು ಅಂತ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. CT/PT ಇದನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎರಡೆರಡಕ್ಕೂ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ CTಗೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದಿ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಟು ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ. Whereas for PT also it was magnitude of primary to secondary. Whereas in case of nominal ratio KN, which is denoted by KN, here for CT and PT both it was same. It was the ratio of primary to secondary only. Next, coming for the turns ratio, it will change here. Turns ratio, as I told you, it is the ratio of number of turns in the secondary winding to the number of turns in the primary winding for what? CT. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ. CT ಲಿ n is given by what? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಫಿಗರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. n is equal to ns by np in case of what? CT. Whereas in case of PT it is np by ns. ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಾಗ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಜನರಲಿ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡರಿ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಬೈ primary windings in case of CT and number of primary by secondary in case of PT. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಇದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ NS by NP ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ NP by NS ಬರುತ್ತೆ. In case of CT and PT it will change in case of turns ratio. Clear? So the next is ratio correction factor. Okay, RCF ಅಂತ ಡಿನೋಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Ratio correction factor. So what is this? It is defined as the ratio of transformation ratio to the nominal ratio. Transformation ratio to the nominal ratio. Transformation ratio is denoted by R. Nominal ratio is denoted by Kn. ಈ ಎರಡರದು ratio gives us the ratio correction factor. It doesn't have any unit. Factor ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. Okay, ratio correction factor. It is the ratios of transformation ratio to the nominal ratio. R by Kn. So you should know these important definitions before understanding about the construction and all those things. ಆಯ್ತಾ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ 4 ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಡಿನೋಟ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್? ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ, ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
can you tell me what is nominal ratio? What is nominal ratio? Anybody? ಹೇಳ್ರೋ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಈಗ ಹೇಳದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳಿ. ರೇಟೆಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೋತೀರಾ, ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ತಗೋತೀರಾ ನಾಮಿನಲ್ಗೆ?
Rated.
So it is the ratio of rated values. Okay, whereas in case of transformation ratio it's the magnitude. Okay, please don't get confused, especially when it comes to turns ratio. While writing turns ratio, be careful, the ratios changes. It's not primary by secondary for both the cases. It is different for CT and PT. CT ಗೆ secondary by primary ಬರುತ್ತೆ, PT ಗೆ primary by secondary ಬರುತ್ತೆ turns ratio. Whereas ratio correction factor ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is the ratio of transformation ratio by nominal ratio. Clear? Shall I move on to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
So now let us study about, so this diagram is like we have already explained this. Sorry. Yes, before going to that. So now let us study about some errors that occurs in case of CTs and PTs. Okay. Sure. ಪೇಜಸ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸುಕೃತ್, ಪೇಜ್ ಜಂಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಕಣಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮಿಷ, ರಿಪೀಟು ಆಗಿದೆ, ಜಂಬಲು ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೇಜಸ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶಫಲ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ತೀನಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರೆಫರ್ ದಟ್ ಒನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೊಬ್ರು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು. ಟುಡೇ ಐ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಮೈ ನೋಟ್ಸ್, ಐ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಕೆಲವು ಪೇಜಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆಪ್ಪ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಏನ್ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ PDF. ಈ PDF ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಧ್ಯ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್. Okay, you take just 10 minutes or 5 minutes break and again join so that I'll take up some notes, whatever is left. Idರಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ, ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್, ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಫಾರ್ 5 to 10 minutes. 5 minutes I think it's enough. ಸಾಕಾ 5 minutes? ಈಗ 10:50.